Hello everyone, welcome to Java Tutorials. My name is Kishore. In this video, we will discuss about another branch statement, that is continue. How the continue works is it helps to skip the current iteration of the loop and continue with the next iteration. Let us take an array of few elements and we will keep some duplicate elements in this particular example. Let's say I have 20, 10, 40, 10, 20, 60, 50, then 60, 30, 40. Say suppose you want to iterate the array, but you want to know how many times a particular number is repeating. And then you want to store the non-matching element in one of the variable, and matching variables you don't want to store. In that case, continue will be useful. Let us see with an example like int array of numbers equals, let us keep these values here. I will use the for loop to iterate over the numbers. Since I want to know how many times a particular value is repeating, I will use one key variable saying 10. So I want to know how many times this key is repeating. I will also use one counter with an initial value 0, which I will increment whenever the iterated element is matching to the key. Let me use this for loop. Int I equals to 0, I less than numbers dot length, then I plus plus. Let us now compare the iterated element with the key by using numbers of I equal to key. Then if it is equal, we will increase the counter value by 1. Then I will use the continue statement. Say suppose you want to store non-matching values in a separate variable. Then you can do that outside the if condition but inside the for loop. But I am not showing you how to do that. I am just commenting it out because if you want to do that, you would be using some array or a collection, which we are going to discuss in other videos. But I am just commenting that such kind of logics you can keep here, which is going to track all the non-matching values. But what I am going to do here is I will just print the value of I. Next, we will print the value of the counter outside the for loop like this. So the key is 10 and I am writing the condition if numbers of I, that is an iterated value, is equal to the key, then I will increment the counter. What continue does is continue is going to skip the current iteration once it is interpreted, then continue with the next iteration. Means whenever the value is matching with the iterated value, that is the key is matching with the iterated value, counter will be incremented. Once this continue is executed, it is going to skip the remaining things and continue with the next iteration of the for loop. And then the counter value will be printed. This system.out.println with I value is going to be printed only if the condition is not true. Let's run this program. Notice I equals to 0 is printing, but I1 is not printing. Why? The value I equals to 1 not printing is because the key is 10. Whenever key is 10, the iterated value, that is when I is 1, it is going to be numbers of 1, that is 10 is matching to 10. Counter will be incremented and continue is going to skip the current iteration and the next iteration occur. Whenever the next iteration occur, when the I value is 2, at that time value is 40, that is not equal. For that reason, I is printing 2. Then in the next iteration, the value of I is going to be 3. At this time, the key is also 10, the iterated element is also 10. So it is going to increment the counter and continue. So the value 3 won't be printed. Because of that reason, we don't see 1 and 3, but other things like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it is printing. Because 10 is repeating twice, the counter value is 2. But what if I comment the continue? If I comment the continue and run the program, you will see I value is printing from 0 to 9. But what would have had happened in case I wanted to store non-matching values in a separate variable? Means instead of printing, if there was a statement to keep all the non-matching values, then even the iterated element that is matching with the key also will be stored. In that case, continue will be useful for us so that you can skip the current iteration and go with the next iteration. So that is it with the continue. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.